Once upon a time, there was a king who had no son to succeed him on the throne. As he was getting old, he realized that he needed to select a suitable sorcerer to rule the country. The king sent out notices throughout his country inviting every qualified young man for an interview with him, and the outcome of the interview would decide a possible sorcerer to the throne. The only qualification for the candidate was that they should have immense love for their fellow human beings. Every young man across the country was very excited at the possibility of being the ruler of the country, including a poor young man from a remote village who read the notice and started to prepare for an interview with the king. The man was a kind and hard-working man, but he was very poor, and due to various circumstances, he had no good clothes to be presentable in the sight of the king. So the young man worked really hard and saved some money to buy proper clothes and supplies to support him for the long journey to the palace. After he got his supplies and proper attire for the interview, the young man set out on his quest. He travelled many days and had almost completed the journey when he came upon a poor beggar by the side of the road. The poor beggar was trembling in the cold, covered only in tattered rags. The beggar extended his arms and pleaded for help, saying, "I am hungry and cold. Please help me, sir." The young man was so moved by the pathetic condition of the beggar. Then he immediately stripped his new attire and offered it to him. He also provided him with his very limited food he had carried for the journey. The beggar thanked the man 1,000 times, but since the man had given up his good clothes, he was a bit hesitant to go for the interview. However, he gathered enough courage to enter the palace in his old dirty clothes. Upon his arrival at the palace, the king's attendant showed him the way to the great wall. After a short rest to clean off the journey scream, the man was admitted to the throne room for the interview. The young man bowed low as the king entered in the room, and when he raised his eyes, he grasped in astonishment as he noticed that the king looked very similar to the beggar he had met on the way. The king saw the shock in the man's eye and said, "Yes, I was the beggar you met on your way. But why did you dress up like a beggar? You are a king. Why did you do this to me?" The young man stammered after gaining some composure, "Because I had to show that you had a good heart and you genuinely loved your fellow human beings." The king said, "I knew that if I came to you as a king, you would have done anything to impress me, but that way I have never have known what is truly in your heart, the generosity and love to the one in need without expecting anything in return. It is the sign of great heart." Looking at your love and generosity towards the beggar, you have proven that you sincerely love your fellow human beings. The country needs a leader who would work for the welfare of all of the nation, not just the ones who would offer and cater to the throne. You have proven that you are the right person to be my successor, promised the king. The moral of the story: kindness is more important than wisdom, and the recognition of this is the beginning of wisdom. A heart filled with compassion and love for our fellow human beings is the greatest gift we can give to the world. This story emphasizes the importance of compassion and kindness towards our fellow human beings. It teaches us that true leadership is not about power and wealth, but about serving others with love and generosity. In our world today, we often measure success by material positions and status. However, we have remembered that a person's true value lies in their character, not their wealth or power. The beggar in this story may have been poor and powerless, but he possessed a heart of full compassion and kindness. Similarly, the young man in the story proved himself to be a worthy successor to the thrones not because of his wealth or status, but because of his love for his fellow human beings. He was willing to sacrifice his own comfort and success to help someone in need, which is true mark of greatness. In conclusion, the story of Beggar and the King teaches us that the true greatness lies in our ability to love and serve others. It reminds us that kindness and compassion are most valuable traits we can possess as human beings. If you enjoyed this video, then do not forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. Have a great day. God bless you.